Hi, this is Young, and we now have even more news about DJI Mavic Mini 3 Pro. So this is an article from dronedj.com. They do have all the information on drones, so do check them out. So now DJI Mini 3 Pro drone gets listed on Dutch retail site and all specs are revealed. So let's just go one by one to see what we're expecting of this DJI Mini 3 Pro drone. I previously said the expected release date would be 28th of April. However, the release date of Mini 3 Pro would be around May 9th. Why is that the case? Because there is a promotion going on in DJ.com. So you can see the promotion date, which lasts all the way up to 9th of May for drones like DJI Air 2S. It is highlighted by Dill's drone that it's impossible to release Mini 3 before May 9th. So what do we see here? This is basically the standalone device because it just has a drone, including one battery and also RC, just enough for you to fly the drone. The expected price in Europe is 829 euros. And talking more about the pricing system in Europe, I'm just referring back to Jasper Allen's. So this seems to be the new drone system. A little bit strange because in here they do have DJI Mini 3 Pro drone plus battery and not including RC. You do pay for 739 euros. And if you just want to add Fly More kit, then you add another 189 euros. And Jasper does mention that you can also buy the drone only because it will work with your Mini 2 remote. Very, very interesting pricing scheme. So down the list, DJI Mini 3 Pro plus normal RC and one controller. Basically, this controller is the same thing as what you got with Mini 2. You have to pay 829 euros. And if you want to go for the new DJI RC remote controller, then you are paying 999 euros. So in this super tiny body of under 249 grams, in fact, someone weighed it in the leak and apparently it only weighs 245 grams, which means you still have room for a micro SD and ND filter to go on the drone and still weigh less than 250 grams. So before we talk about camera, which I'll talk about in more detail, I just want to first highlight that even with a small body, there is a talk of 47-minute battery. Maybe that battery together with the drone weighs more than 250 grams, let's see, but that will be something very extra if you can get a drone flying 47 minutes. The normal intelligent flight battery, it would be up to about 34 minutes, which would definitely be more than enough. However, if you want something more for extra weight, you would get another battery for 47 minutes. At the extra cost. So another very obvious thing to notice about Mavic Mini 3 Pro is how big the propeller is. You can see that this is more than half the body size of the entire small drone. And this is the picture of DJI Mini. And you do see the propeller is around sort of half the size of the drone. Compare this Mini 2 to Mini 3 Pro. You can obviously see that the propeller is a lot bigger in proportion to the drone body. So this massive propeller with this body tilt, we can see that the aerodynamic would have improved with this drone. The camera, which now has a very clear picture, 24mm equivalent at fixed aperture of 1.7, this camera, and also this new design gimbal, which now would probably allow vertical shooting. So this information is from the Dutch retailer, which now the information is taken down. A very short leak, but enough for us to get the news out to the general public. 1/1.3-inch sensor. So yes, this camera sensor, it's not going to be as great as DJI Air 2S, which does have 1-inch sensor. However, 1/1.3-inch sensor on Mini 3 Pro would be bigger than what you would expect in Mavic Air 2, which only has 1/2-inch sensor, and certainly more than DJI Mini 2, which has 1/2.3-inch sensor. So it is certainly a big upgrade. That's why it is called Pro with a lot higher pricing tag. Fixed aperture of 1.7, it will be brighter than what you had with DJI Air 2S, which had fixed aperture of f2.8. So this camera should capture something brighter, so under darker condition, it should perform better. And other camera capability, it would have 4K 60 frames per second video, which is an improvement from Mini 2, because Mini 2 only used to have 4K 30 frames per second. So it will be at par with Air 2S, and also Mini 3 Pro would enjoy 48 megapixel RAW photo. And also keeping it same as Air 2S, you would also enjoy 120 frames per second at 1080p. And also just quickly on the obstacle avoidance, there is forward, backward, downward dual vision sensors. And because of all these sensors, you are gonna get the APAS, Advanced Pilot Assistance Systems version 4.0. Next, I want to talk about something really interesting because of the gimbal design is completely changed. Apparently, there's going to be vertical shooting. So if you press some button in the RC or something, then this camera will actually turn vertical. Mini 3 Pro drone would be really exciting. I'm really excited about all these features minus the price. Hopefully I'll come back with a better updated estimated release date for this drone. However, now it's looking like perhaps 9th, 10th of May, around that time in the early part of May. So I'll keep you guys updated. So if you want to hear more news, then please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and see you.